Welcome back to the JCPod, part number Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. We only have 3 games remaining, people. Crazy to think about. And today, we're going to break down 2 of the 3. So, AFC Championship, NFC Championship. We'll go over my breakdowns for that, some of the bets I'm looking at, early leans, kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen in both games, and all that fun jazz. And then before we get into that, though, we'll go over some NFL news that's happened over the last 24 hours. I will say, something I won't go into, but I'll talk about briefly. Man, these owners. We got owners and we got people getting in front of microphones that probably should not be in front of microphones lately. That whole Buffalo Bills situation is getting wild. It's way more than that, though. There's other people... I mean, it's going both ways, though. Like, the Baltimore Ravens owner coming out, what he said, Steve Bisciotti, that was awesome. That was honestly a hilarious interview to listen to. And then, so you get one half of it like that, and then you get the other half, which is like Tony Pagula. Is it Pagula or Pagula? Oh, Pagula. Excuse me, I said Pagula. Pagula, yeah, he... the whole Sean McDermott thing, the more that comes out and the more they talk, I think it's... I could be totally wrong about this, but the way I'm kind of reading this, it's like, okay, so... GM kind of saved his job and got rid of the other guy. Now, yeah, there's a lot of back and forth going forward. The whole thing that's really surprising is I need to see more and look more into it, but so I don't talk. The Keon Coleman thing. I just don't know the best way to describe this because I haven't fully looked into it. So the whole Keon Coleman thing's going on with the Bills and everything. It's just like, where they come out and say one thing and then you see videos from forever ago that kind of say another, and it's kind of like, Either way, I think Sean McDermott's probably going to get a job within the cycle. I mean, there's 10 coaching jobs open, and he's one of the better ones. And there's been other coaches that I've questioned them getting jobs as early as they did already. So you would think that he's going to get a job. Mike McDaniels, he's joining the Chargers as an offensive coordinator. He ended up not being a fit for the Lions, which is very, very interesting. That's what came out of the Lions, is that's why they went with Drew Petzing, which his running game isn't too bad at all, but it's just I don't know how I feel to him as an offensive coordinator. When you see another team, as in Cardinals fans, when you see them kind of celebrate somebody leaving the building and he gets hired somewhere else, it's not a celebration of like, hey, you did good for us, thank you. It's a celebration of, thank God that guy is gone. When you kind of get stuff like that, it's kind of like, ooh, I don't know if they should be hiring him, but the Chargers got a really good one in getting Mike McDaniel, because I think with being with Justin Herbert and everything, I think that's going to be a really, really good. That should be a really good offense going into next year. You would think if they get the offensive line back healthy. I mean, with how many weapons they do have, with how talented of a scheme he does have. I mean, you got to think maybe some guys are just better offensive coordinators and head coaches. And the whole Miami thing, I mean, the offense wasn't horrible. I kind of blame, I think, the person running it a bit more, a.k.a. Tua, than I do the coach, but we'll just have to see. In my opinion, I think this is a pretty good hire for the Chargers. Overall, I think it's an upgrade over Greg Roman. Now it's just going to be interesting to see, like, okay, what changes now are we going to see on the offense? And does Justin Herbert plateau, or does he like stay the same? Does he take a step up? Does he go take a step down? Baker Mayfield, that's a Kevin Stefanski thing. Albeit that was actually hilarious too. Baker's response to seeing Kevin Stefanski. We love rivalries around here. Nice to see people kind of going back to hating each other a little bit, because I think all of us kind of know that, like, hey, everyone's not lovey-dovey in the NFL, so it's nice to see something that kind of boils to the surface, because I'll admit, it's nice to like, oh, hey, there's competition there, because these guys hate each other. The Joe Mixon thing, that was actually wild. Apparently he is facing an uncertain future after missing this last season. The GM came out and he said, we haven't seen Joe in a little bit, so I think at some point we'll see him and we'll be able to evaluate kind of where he's at based on information. He called it a freak foot injury. Basically, he said it wasn't like he was riding a snowmobile or anything like that. It was more of a medical condition or situation that never really did improve, maybe as much as everybody would have hoped. I'm not trying to evade the question. That's a reality situation. He didn't jump off a building. He wasn't cliff diving or anything. He wasn't doing anything irresponsible, just a freak thing. And he said, a very unique situation. I don't think anybody really had any clarity, honestly, from the start of the year until now. I'd say Joe worked very, very hard to get himself ready to play football. It's just never manifested itself, came to fruition. So probably have an opportunity to kind of see where he's at in the offseason, evaluate next season. That is wild. Because if you say it's kind of a freak thing and it's not like a injury, you gotta wonder. It's like, man, what is? Because you gotta think this is a guy who's had wear and tear because he did get a lot of carries. So you gotta wonder if it's like a freak injury with his foot. It's like, we can obviously all we can do is speculate because they haven't came out and said. But it's just like, man, how bad could it be that it never got right all season, even when he was trying to work and rehab and everything. And they say it's more of a medical thing. It's like, so obviously that you got to think maybe it's not a bad surgery, but just wild. You got to think, especially the Texans really missed him because their run game this year, yeesh. But I don't know even if he could have ran behind that offensive line. Trevon Diggs got released from the Packers. Going to be interesting to see if he ends up anywhere else at this point. It's just crazy, man. He had a really 11 interceptions, earned All-Pro in 2021. I mean, obviously that was made Pro Bowl again in 2022, and then since it's just his play's gone down. It's just crazy. Like that's just the NFL for you, but it's just crazy how some of these guys go up and then down, up and then down. Like it's like some guys are good and able to keep it good for like 10 to 12 years. Other guys they only have splashes a little bit, and that's. Bill Callahan is going to the Falcons as offensive line coach. I think that is a really good move. I just think, because I think the issue was when he joined the Titans is that he wanted to do one thing when obviously his son, who's the head coach, wanted to do another thing. So there's a bunch of butting of heads there. Probably will work out, I think, a little bit better with Kevin Stefanski. So we'll have to see. But that's still just a wild situation. But that's all I really want to get into. Just a quick little brief on the news. Now, let's officially head into the bets and what I'm kind of looking at for this weekend. We'll first officially start with the 3 o'clock game, which is Patriots, Denver Broncos with Jarrett Stidham starting at quarterback. I'll admit, first game I think I want to take the Patriots on the spread, just because, not only because Jarrett Stidham is starting, but also because I'll admit, that defense was starting to fade a little bit as this postseason has gone on. They haven't played the best. I mean, they just let up 33 to the Bills, who have, I mean, don't get me wrong, Josh Allen put on the cape again, but if you look at their receiving core, they kind of did get ran all over by James Cook as well, and the Patriots do have a pretty decent run game, so I think I'm going to take Pats minus 5.5. Regardless, I like the Patriots to win the game, but I'm just kind of a little bit nervous about this 5.5. I think it might be a little bit closer than that, only because simply, too, the fact that Drake May turned the ball over a lot, and probably could have lost another extra another fumble or two as well with how often he was getting hit. But I don't know. I think the Patriots I think the Patriots probably should win this game, especially because they have the better quarterback matchup. And it's just that minus 5.5, not the most confident in it. I'll have my article on this we'll probably get it out Friday. If not, yeah, maybe. I think I'm going to work on it on Friday. It just depends Thursday. It depends how far I get on Thursday. If I get really far, I'll finish it posted Friday. If not, look for it, I would say Friday around 6, 7 Eastern. If not, look for it Saturday around like 1, 2 p.m. most likely. But passing yard-wise, Jarrett Stidham's at 190, Drake May's at 226. I think I might put Drake May at like 2... I don't know. I think I might do something with that in the Nasty Boy. Over a half passing touchdown for Jarrett Stidham, 1.5 for Drake May plus 118. Kind of want to take the Drake May plus 1.5, but I think the rushing part of the game might be I think basically they'll get down to the goal line, and the rushing part of the offense will be a little bit more effective. So we'll still take it. Why not? We won't be. We got 3 games left in this season. Let's do it. We haven't been done bad on props either. Apparently, props have been way better than our touchdown scores this year anyway. Last year was crazy. Last year was the touchdown scoring that went really, really well. And then this year I guess it's just the props. We're killing the prop game, touchdown game. Shaky. And then don't get me started on the Nasty Boys. Receiving wise, to keep the train chugging along, probably not going to take much of anything. I think I might hop on Hooper over 9.5 on the hopes that just basically gets like 1 or 2 receptions in the game, just kind of gets involved. Just to give you an idea of how his last couple of games have been. I know there was a 0 for 0 in there before. Might even been one last game. He had 1 for 14 last game, then 0 for 0, 1 for 5, 2 for 11, 2 for 34. So like he'll get a catch or 2. It's just, hey, let's try to get them 2. Ramondre Stevenson over 18.5 receiving yards. I think I might take that as well. That's a kind of a maybe, though. That might be, we might put over 15.5 in the Nasty Boy. That might be something I look at. But, because he has been getting involved a lot in the receiving game a lot more, which has been an upgrade to see from him. It's kind of crazy how his season went, too. He fumbled a lot. Every single Patriots fan wanted him out of town to get rid of him, and then as the season's gone on, he's basically earned all their trust back, and seems like he's kind of becoming a favorite down there. Hunter Henry over 43.5. I think we might go to Hunter Henry as well. Two more things I want to add. I'm going to stay away from the Stephon Diggs stuff. I'm just not 100% sure on it. And I think Hunter Henry and Ramondre Stevenson are for sure going to be the two I attack. I think we're going to put Austin Hooper in the Nasty Boy just because that's a pretty nasty bet. So I think that would fit perfectly in the Nasty Boy for this game. So we'll probably do 2 again for this week as well. Might even end up building them on the show by accident. But I think the official bets I am going to go for in this game, we might do Ramondre Stevenson's receiving over and his reception over 2.5 for his receptions. I might just do 2+, put that in the Nasty Boy as well. We'll see what the odds on that are later. But I do like over 2.5 receptions. I think he's going to probably get max. I think is going to be 4, but he just might be able to get 2 or 3. I think I'm pretty nervous about it. I won't lie. It's not my favorite bet I'm giving out, but definitely kind of like it. Austin Hooper over 1.5 receptions is plus 158. That's tempting. I won't lie. That wasn't even going to be the one I wanted to talk about, but it's like I said, we read it out. He's had some games with 0, and so it makes me a little bit nervous. However, we'll talk about the real bets. Hunter Henry, we're going to go his receiving over 43.5 receiving yards, and we're going to go over his receptions at 3.5. I just think he's going to get somewhere around the range of like 4 or 5 for about 45-50 range. So we'll take the number of 43.5. If I do end up putting that in the Nasty Boy, I might do that 40+. But that's kind of where we're attacking it. Receiving wise, rushing wise, we'll probably. By the way, I'm not going to take many Bronco things just because I don't know what to expect with their offense. We're having a guy who hasn't taken a snap all season just randomly thrown in there. So that's going to be. I'll probably attack them more as a live. Drake May over 30.5 rushing yards, kind of like that. Trevion Henderson over 35.5. I do think I like that. I think we're going to take that one. And then we'll probably take Stevenson's rush over as well and hope one of them hits. That might be a good way to attack that. They're going to use both backs, but Ramondre Stevenson has been in there a lot more, so it makes me a little bit nervous about the Trevion Henderson number. But he's the guy who can get like big splash plays. But rush attempt wise, they have Ramondre Stevenson's over under 12.5, his at 8.5, so it kind of tells you what they think there. Longest rush wise, I think we're going to take Henderson's longest rush over 10.5. That might just be the move I'd take instead of taking his rushing over, maybe. 10.5 just feels a little bit too low. He's a really explosive guy who can just really, really break one. Drake May and Ramondre Stevenson are both over 12.5. I like both of those as well. Don't think I'm going to take them, though. So, yeah, I think that's probably going to do it. Touchdown scoring wise, don't mind Ramondre Stevenson, Hunter Henry, Trevion Henderson. Going to be a lot of the same guys we talk about. But Patriots offense is an offense that really likes to spread it out, so I'm probably just going to end up giving out like 2 Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, and then I'll just pick one random receiver after I do a little bit more research. So, official plays for this game, Pats minus 5.5, I think is going to be the official thing I give out. I like Pats. They're really nervous about that 5.5. I like the Pats to win the game, so I might as well just take them on the spread. Ramondre Stevenson will take his over 18.5 receiving yards with over 2.5 receptions. Kind of nervous about that one. I would take away the 2.5 receptions if you don't like it personally. I'm not the biggest fan of it. What I am a big fan of, though, is Hunter Henry over 43.5 receiving yards and over 3.5 receptions. I like Trevion Henderson rushing over. I like his longest rush to be over 10.5 rushing yards, and I also like Ramondre Stevenson rushing over 48.5 yards. Austin Hooper over 9.5 receiving yards. I kind of like that, but like I said, we'll probably put that in the Nasty Boys, so don't think I'm going to give it out as an official bet, but you're going to see it again this weekend on the article that you can check out at staredownsports.com. That takes us to the last game. Rams-Seahawks. Rams are 2.5-point dogs. to Seattle. We get the trilogy of this matchup. I think they split in the regular season. I'm pretty sure they did. Yes, Rams won 21-19 first matchup, and then the second matchup, Seahawks just... Oh, the second one, there was a 38-37, the comeback. Oh, that was the insane game with them, yeah. So, Rams been the one team that's played them really well this season. Obviously, we're going to take Rams plus 2.5. I'm going to give that out, but I'm also going to bet money line as well. So, we're going to take the Rams in this trilogy. I am very nervous about this, though. I wouldn't be shocked if the Seahawks win this game at all. They are on an absolute roll. That defense is legit. It just comes down to Sam Darnold versus Matt Stafford. I'm going to trust in Sam Darnold, or not trust in Sam Darnold. I'm going to trust in Matt Stafford just a little bit more. I think they'll find a way to get the job done. I think they're going to be pretty irritated with how they lost the game the last time these two teams faced off. But like I said, it's in Seattle again. Seattle was pretty damn good, but the Rams have been the team that have played them the best, I think, all year round. So that's what we're going to be on. It's going to be a very exciting game. Won't be shocked if either team wins. I just like that we get the Rams at plus money as well. Matt Stafford over 253 passing yards. Sam Darnold 235, not touching either. Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdown. I think I'm going to take. Darnold is minus 112 at 1.5. Stafford is minus 128. I think I'm just going to bet on Stafford. Very curious to see how their run game is going to go this week. I'm also very nervous about the Seahawks losing Charbonnet for the year. I mean, he's been a big part of their offense for majority of the season. I mean, let's be honest. He's been a big part of their offense all season. They've split time with him and Kenneth Walker. He's been the main goal line guy, so... Honestly, Kenneth can do goal line work, but now if Kenneth Walker goes down, they're down to the third-string running back, and we know Kenneth Walker does have a history of being injured. I'm not calling for him to get injured or anything. It's just saying, like, hey, you kind of start to think about these things a little bit. It's like, it's going to be interesting because they're obviously going to give him some, they're going to give Kenneth Walker some spill as well, so then you got to wonder if who the other back who's coming in is. Is he going to be up to par? Just a lot of questions, and like I said, you do all that, and the Seahawks still might beat them by a lot. They're that good of a team. Like I said, we're going to ride the Rams a little bit here. Puka Nacua over 92.5 receiving yards. We're going to stay away from that. Jason's over 90.5. Devontae Adams 49.5. Cooper Kupp 29.5. Rashid Shaheed. I'm not going to lie to you. I might just do I might stay away from the receiving props in this game. I do think that there's going to be probably a decent game, but I mean, like, obviously I think Jason probably is going to get, we'll do that one. Jason over 6.5 receptions. I don't want to take Puka over 7.5, but he kind of had a quiet game last game, so you want to think he might bounce back, but I won't lie to you. I'm really nervous about taking the receiving props in this game. I kind of want to wait till live and then bet on live numbers. So, kind of sucks, doing a show and trying to give out stuff to say that. But, I don't know. Like, we took AJ Barno last week. It went awful because the game was just an absolute blowout right away. I don't think that's going to be the same for this game. But, yeah, I just want to... Maybe if I just stare at these numbers long enough, I'll find one that intrigues me a little bit more after going through a bit more stats. But as I'm going to look through right now, I don't know. Like, Kenneth Walker's is over 20.5. It's like, I wish it was a little bit lower. Kyron Williams being at 12.5, I might take his as well then, to be honest. Terrence Ferguson's at 14.5. Tyler Higbee's at 15.5. I do like Colby Parkinson anytime touchdown. They have gone, like, his way they didn't connect on it last week, but they've looked his way a good amount when it comes to... I might as well just jump to the whole thing. But yeah, I like Colby Parkinson because of that. Kenneth Walker's minus 165. I'll probably take him at this point. Just because they're going to it's not going to get robbed from Charbonnet this time, and he had 3 last week, so why not? Devontae Adams is plus 125. We're probably just going to take that every single week as long as they're playing. Because you got to think they're going to go back to him eventually, unless they set it up all season to just not go to him all postseason, which would be crazy. Would also be kind of insane. I'll probably go Kyron Williams, TD as well. And that's probably where I'll leave it there. We got Colby Parkinson, Kenneth Walker, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams. You know what? We'll take Jason as well, just to round it off. Just to get 2 for we got 3 for the Rams, 2 for the Seahawks. Yeah, I think I like those guys. Those are probably going to be the guys I end up taking in the Nasty Boy, to be honest. But second look through now at this point, going through this. Those are the guys. Colby Parkinson at plus 320 is the one that probably going to be one of my favorite ones of the week. I might put it in this Nasty Boy. I might, the way I've been thinking about it, I might make the Patriots-Broncos one, make that a little bit more of a easier nasty boy to hit. And I think I might go kind of crazy for this Rams-Seahawks one because there's a lot of potential in this game. And then we'll round it off with the rushing stats, or excuse me, rushing props. Kenneth Walker, 85.5. Kyren Williams, 54.5. Matt Stafford, over half rushing yards, plus 124. Puka, over 4.5 is minus 108. Sam Darnold, over 5.5 is minus 114. Corum, over 27.5. I don't lie to you. I want to look through this a little bit more. I'll definitely have 2 or 3 rushing props, I think, in my article. But as of right now, looking through these, I just haven't been a fan of too much. Just been trying to look through, and my first, like, if I had to give you the early leans, I'm probably going to take Kyren Williams, but I might just bump that down to like 50.5, put him in the nasty boy, or maybe even do like 45, or something like that. I don't know. My first couple look-throughs at these, there's just like, I think Kenneth Walker is just a tad too big for me to want to take it, even though there's a chance he might hit it. And I don't want to take the under either. So then I looked at Kyron's 54.5. It's like, I kind of like that number, but it's like, Seahawks are like one of the best defenses in the NFL right now. It makes me a little bit nervous. So, the Matt Stafford one at over one for basically 1 rushing yard at plus money. That's always a nice one to maybe take, but it's not nice when he doesn't run. So, as of my look through now, I just haven't found one I really like just yet. So my official bets for this game are Rams plus 2.5. Matt Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdowns. JSN over 6.5 receptions. Puka Nacua over 7.5 receptions. We'll go Kyren Williams receiving over. I didn't write down the number. Oops. Colby Parkinson anytime touchdown. Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown. Devontae Adams anytime touchdown. And then JSN anytime touchdown. To finish it, we'll look at some specials just see if there's anything that's like kind of worth it. As of right now, won't lie to you, I think they're all a bunch of stupid ones. Like, each team to score 3 passing touchdowns. Yeah, okay. There's one that's kind of funny. Each starting quarterback throw 1+ interceptions in both championship games, plus 600. That's hilarious. Each team to kick 2 field goals. Each team to score 2+ passing touchdowns at plus 1100 is tempting, but the Jarrett Stidham factor. See, all these are decent, but then you think about it, it's like, Jarrett Stidham's one of those quarterbacks, and maybe he might just absolutely go off, but he hasn't played all year, so it's like throwing him into the championship game. It's going to be interesting to see where his head's at. 1+ points to be scored in each quarter is minus 185. Each team scored 1+ field goals, minus 135. That's 2+ field goals. Each team scored 1 touchdown, 1 field goal in both championship games. I might do that. That might be one I mess with. But I don't know. That's only 1 plus 100, so that's not the best of ones. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. These kind of suck. I thought they used to be. A little bit better, or at least I feel like I thought they were a lot better before. But now you look at it, it's not the best. So I guess I'll do it. That probably is gonna do it for the show. So let me give out my official bets for the NFL Championship. Crazy to say that. NFL Championship weekend games. We got Patriots minus 5.5, Rams plus 2.5, Drake May over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Ramondre Stevenson over 18.5 receiving yards, over 2.5 receptions, Hunter Henry over 43.5 receiving yards, over 3.5 receptions. Travion Henderson's rushing over. Travion Henderson longest rush over 10.5. I think his rushing over is at 35. Didn't write that down. I apologize. We will go Matt Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdowns. JSN over 6.5 receptions. Puka Nacua over 7.5 receptions. Kyren Williams receiving over 12.5 yards. And then we like Colby Parkinson anytime touchdown. Kyren Williams anytime touchdown. JSN anytime touchdown. Devontae Adams anytime touchdown. And then Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for support. Really do appreciate it. Really short one today. I won't lie to you. Came into it, there just wasn't as much to talk about. We got it all off. I'm just ready for the championship games, man. We'll come next week, react to them, kind of talk about some more news that's popping off. We'll have a lot more news to talk about, obviously, after a full weekend of games and just coaching stuff, players changing places, I guess it's more of a college thing, huh? Not more. I guess not more player. I mean, there's still some offseason moves that are being talked about, but a lot of rumor stuff. Well, basically, that's probably a better way to put it. A lot more rumor stuff to talk about coming into next week, but yeah, still going to be a wild offseason. Crazy thing, we only have 3 games left. Let's enjoy them. I'll see everyone back on Tuesday.